Stop trying to willpower your way out of lust. It is the fastest way to fail. You're fighting a psychological battle with the wrong tools. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the biblical backed strategy to rewire your brain and to claim your focus for good. Let's get into it. One of the first things we have to do is to correct the narrative that the world has set up and told us about lust. The world tells you that lust is just natural or unavoidable, but the Bible calls it a war for your soul. If you've been fighting this battle by trying to be a better person through your own strength, you're missing the secret to the victory. Today, we're looking at what God actually says about overcoming temptation, not by willpower, but by the power of His Spirit. You can't do it in yourself. You just don't have it in you to do it. If you did, then Jesus died in vain. So one of the things we have to remember is that in fighting this battle, it's not just on us. God is in this battle with you. If you're a born again Christian and you've been battling lust and trying to get rid of it, you've been to the altar, they put oil on your head and prayed for you and prayed in the Spirit over you, but it just doesn't seem like anything's working, then you definitely want to stay tuned for this video, because we're going to give you the biblical back strategy to overcome the enemy and to lock lust out of your focus forever. Okay, point number one, you cannot defeat a sin that you're too ashamed to bring into the light. Lust thrives in secrecy and darkness. It's meant to isolate you from God and other believers, and ultimately from your purpose. But there is a way out, and it doesn't involve you just trying harder. Let's walk through the biblical principles you need to protect your mind and to restore your peace. So, first thing we have to do is to out the devil. We need to be able to confess this sin and let people know what we're going through. Satan works in secrecy. He's a molester. He tells you, shh, don't tell nobody. They won't understand what you're going through. They won't get it. You're the only one going through it. You're fighting. You're trying to get out of it, but it's just too hard to get out of right now. And trust me, I understand this battle as a brother in the Lord who has also gone through this. It's very hard to deal with. It can rob you of intimacy in your relationship with your wife. It can rob you of a whole bunch of things, because it is set up to operate in the temple, which is the body that God gave you. So the first thing we have to do is to expose the enemy where he's working and get help to get him out. Because if we don't, we're trying to fight by ourselves. We don't have the power to do it by ourselves. First of all, we definitely need God's Holy Spirit to help us fight this. Secondly, we need other people who are strong in the Lord, who have a good relationship with Him, who have a strong prayer life, and will not expose you to the world as if, oh, he's a nasty guy, get away from him. We don't want that. That's the one thing that we're afraid of by exposing the enemy in our life. But if we have people who are committed to Christ, who walk with God, who understand what you're going through, then they'll be able to pray with you better and to be able to keep, not a secret, but to keep this thing under wraps until God has delivered you. And then you can tell it as a testimony like I'm doing now so that other people can be free. That's point number one. Expose the enemy.